So welcome to today's video. Today I'm going to go through 3 signs that you have a low testosterone. So we're going to go through these 3 initial signs that can show that you have some of the issue, hormonal, which is going to be holding back in terms of building muscle, hormonal performance in terms of how you feel mentally, and also maybe in terms of sexual function, also sleep. We're going to break down each 3 of these symptoms, and then we're going to go through some effects in terms of things you can do to try and rectify these. So symptom number 1 when you have an issue in terms of low testosterone, and this is a very key thing I see over and over again, is zero sex drive. So if you have low testosterone, you're probably going to find that your libido is going to crash and run through the floor. Now, as you age, you're going to find that your testosterone will naturally start to deplete and decline. So for some guys, that's going to happen earlier, maybe from mid-20s onwards, and our testosterone will naturally peak around 18 to 20. But for some guys, your testosterone might start to dip 35, 40, all very much depends on a lot of different lifestyle factors. Now, when it comes to your testosterone and in terms of how to basically tell when that's going wrong and your libido is starting to suffer, if you notice a sudden dramatic decline in your sex drive, this is a very key indication in terms of things aren't necessarily how they should be. Now, what's really important to understand with this is the most important thing you can do to try and rectify this and see if this is the case is first to get a blood test done. So you'll get a blood test done, have all your testosterone levels checked, look at your estrogen levels, do a full blood panel, and that will give you a clear, concise answer in terms of if you have got some type of testosterone issue. Second big symptom in terms of having low testosterone would be having very low energy in terms of like can't be asked to do anything, in terms of you don't want to work out, you don't want to work, you just don't have any drive for life. One of the big signs in terms of people who suffer with low testosterone is that guys that can't be asked to get out of bed. Like you feel like you wake up in the morning and to do that first step out is a real ball ache, a real challenge. So if you're in that situation at the moment and you feel like you are really struggling with energy and drive and motivation for life, this would be a big symptom in terms of that. Now, symptom number 3, which is a very common thing I see in terms of guys, is that you're struggling to put on muscle mass when it comes to having low testosterone. So if you're training really hard, but your performance isn't improving, you're not building muscle, and you're also finding that like your body composition can't improve, there's chances are that you may well have some type of hormonal balance. So these are 3 big symptoms in terms of having issues with your testosterone. And now we're going to talk through is very simple ways in terms of which you can rectify these without going down through the pharmaceutical route in terms of drugs. So point number 1 to rectify testosterone and improve that, and this you can do is completely free. And this is the most important process that happens in our entire body, and this is something we do with absolutely every single day, every single person on the planet does. And that's focusing on your sleep. So a couple of things to optimize your sleep, which is actually when your body will optimize your testosterone production, also releases growth hormone during your sleep, is firstly, try to have no caffeine within 6 hours going to sleep. Try to limit the amount of screens and things like that, artificial light you look at before going to bed. You can even use things like blue light blockers. And next thing I would say is try not to eat within 2 hours of going to sleep, because when you're sleeping, you don't want your body to be digesting food. What we want to do is we want to have our body into a sympathetic and parasympathetic state. We want our body in a relaxed state, not the fight or flight state when it's digesting food. So we want to make sure that when we eat food and then go straight to sleep, we can have a rested, elevated heart rate, which is going to then essentially mean that our body's going to be struggling to recover. So what we want to make sure is that we're giving plenty of time before we go to bed. That's then going to allow our body to recover optimally whilst we sleep and also optimize hormonal function. Another big thing I see that happens to a lot of entrepreneurs and business people that I work with who struggle in terms of sleep is they have a lot of things on their mind. So a really easy tip and hack for you is before you go to bed, get a pen and paper and literally write down a list of everything that's in your mind. What you have to do next morning, big tasks you have to work on, projects. Brain dump that shit out of your head so it's not focused in your brain. That would be the biggest single thing that's going to make the biggest difference in terms of your sleep, is like the mindset thing. And if that's something you also struggle with, I would also suggest try meditating daily, which is something I've started to do. The app I use for that is called the Insight Timer app, I believe, and it's very good. So if you can try and do 5-10 minutes of that every day, it will make a big difference. The second big thing to improve your testosterone function is going to be looking at optimizing your body composition. So the more body fat you have, the higher the levels of estrogen you're going to have, the lower levels of testosterone. The leaner your body composition you can hold, the better. Now, when we look at body composition, we look at diet and nutrition in terms of from hormonal function. What's really important for hormonal function is actually what you eat and what you consume. So if you try and think about eating single ingredient item foods and try and focus on this very simple thing, and that's healthy fats. So healthy fats we need in our diet to support hormonal functional hormonal system and our endocrine system. So examples of healthy fats, I would suggest things like whole omega eggs, salmon, nuts, nut butter, fish oil. Those are probably the 5 go-tos I go to. You can also have things like avocado. Those are really great sources of healthy fats that will help support hormonal function. Now, how many fats do you need? Obviously varies depending on your calorie allowance and your goals and your size and your age. But for most men, I would say a minimum of around 50 grams of fat per day. Could be all the way up to 100 grams of fat per day, depending on your size and how many calorie units you need. Lastly, number 3, best way to improve your testosterone is actually strength training. So strength training has been proven to improve and increase testosterone production. So if you get yourself in the gym, you get yourself lifting weights, you will increase the amount of lean body mass you have, your body will start to increase the amount of testosterone it produces, and you will improve your hormonal function. Alongside doing that, improving your body composition will make a big difference in terms of how you think, how you feel, and how you perform every single day. The last thing on top of this, obviously, if you do all these things and you're still not seeing results, is then looking at obviously something like testosterone replacement therapy. We have a lot of clients we work with who we can go down this route with if they've had blood tests and are a certain age where this is something they need to do. If this is something you need help with and you need to optimize your testosterone, you need to optimize your body composition for performance, cognitive function, and to live a badass life, then this is something we can help you with. So if you hit the link below this video, you can book in your free 6-pack strategy call, and you can discuss exactly where you are now, where you want to go, what's currently holding you back, whether that be testosterone issues, and then we can map out exactly how we can help you with that. If you found this video helpful, insightful, and gave you plenty of knowledge bombs, make sure you smash the like button, hit the subscribe, and drop any comments below with any questions you have.